What's up, guys? This is Adam Mcvey, gearedup.com. This is another video entry to my Little Engine That Could video blog series. It's been about 10 days, 12 days or so since I released a previous episode. I've just been grinding away at prep and I've just been really tired. The two Daves and I have decided that until everybody's prep is over, we're going to record every week, but every other week we're going to have a guest. And then with the powerlifting edition and the ladies edition, I also decided to do one every other week now through the prep, because there's just some days where I just don't feel like talking to people, I guess you could say. And so, to have to go to work all day and deal with clients and then go home and rally and interview somebody that you don't know, and you're tired and you haven't had a lot of food or anything, train that day, maybe 2-a-day cardios, it's a lot. So I just wanted to give everybody, this is a vlog, so it's basically a diary, and it's to keep everybody updated on how things are going with me. Things are going great, actually. The past 3 weeks have been, we had the Geared Up gathering in Detroit. That was awesome, man. Ken Jackson's Muscle Factory, if you're ever in town, hit him up. His place is really cool. It's a hardcore place, super spacious. He also has a food service that he does, and the food was great. He supplied us all with food for the weekend. John Meadows came out, Fawad Abiyad, Justin Harris from Tripona Nutrition came out. They did a Q&A and a seminar. Jason Janowitz, or was it Jordan Janowitz? I always get that messed up. He brought a couple guys out, Jake Pacion, or I'm not sure exactly how to say his name. I apologize, Jake, but those guys were there training their balls off, and Ken and Fawad and John all stripped down at the end of it and did some posing, and we got all that on film, and I'm going to be releasing that this week sometime. So we had the Geared Up weekend. Up until that point and the week after, I was only getting 70 grams of carbs a day. So I went, I want to say 10 or 11 days on 70 grams of carbs. And then Matt gave me a sushi refeed while I was in Detroit. So Santi Aragon and I trained back Saturday. And it was a really good workout. I took a lot of stimulants that day, but and I was so wired just from the energy and just everything that was going on in the gym and stuff that I got a really good pump that day, and I had a really good workout even on minimal carbohydrates. And we even stayed up. I think we stayed up till like 2 in the morning the night before too. So I was pretty tired also, but we ended up getting a really good workout, and we had a sushi refeed. Santi can definitely pound sushi much more in larger volumes or quantities than I can, which is the case with most people. I don't really have much of an appetite when it comes to cheat meals. I see some of these epic cheat meals on people's Instagrams and things, and for me, like, I'll get some chips and guac or maybe some chips and salsa and a burrito, and I'm good to go. Like, that fills me up. I don't like to eat till I get to where I can't breathe or anything like that. So we ate a lot of sushi, and I was pretty fucking tired after that. And we slept. We finished the weekend out. Santi did his posing clinic on Sunday, and I think like 15 guys showed up to it. It was pretty cool. But anyway, so I did 70 grams of carbohydrates for I think 10 or 11 days or something. Then I got that sushi refeed. Then I went back to 70 grams of carbs for a couple more days, and I checked in with Matt the following Tuesday. At that point, I was doing, I want to say, how much cardio was it? I was doing 35 minutes of HIIT, I believe, every day up to that point. And with leg training, it was really hit or miss. Like, some days I would do an hour of steady state just because, like, I have a bad knee. My left knee is pretty bad, and training legs twice a week and doing all that HIIT cardio on the Stairmaster was really grinding away on my knee. So basically I would wake up that day and see how I felt. If I felt like I could do the HIIT, I would do it, but really it came down to where I was only doing it like once or twice a week, and I ended up telling Matt that. So after all those 70 grams of carbs days, he ended up bumping my carbohydrates up to 400 a day for a whole week. And I got a refeed in there, and that was the Subway refeed that you guys are seeing on Instagram and things. That was that meal includes 2-foot-long turkey subs. I get sweet onion teriyaki, I think it's called, on there, and the veggies and turkey. I have him do 2 slices of Monterey Jack cheese just for a little bit of spice, and to make sure it stays MPA. And then he wants me doing 4 bags of baked chips too. So I would get 3 bags of baked chips and 1 bag of pretzels. And so I did that, and that's a lot of food for me. Like, it takes me a good 2 hours in order for me to eat all that food. But I did that. I did 400 grams of carbs all that week. Then refeed was Saturday. Sent pictures on Tuesday morning. All that week, by the way, I was doing 2-a-day cardios at 40 minutes a pop. So he raised the carbohydrates, but the cardio went up with it. Then the following week, he lowered carbohydrates down to 220, which is where they currently are until I check in tomorrow. I have a feeling that he's going to lower them even further. We'll see what happens. The diet's been kind of all over the place. Now, on non-training days, which is twice a week, I don't eat any carbohydrates whatsoever or fats. So that would be today. I have my daughter today. Today is Sunday. I trained legs yesterday. I had my refeed last night, Subway refeed. This morning I woke up and had fish and broccoli for meal 1, egg whites and veggies for meal 2, chicken and veggies for meal 3, chicken and veggies for meal 4. I just ate chicken and veggies for meal 5. We're going to record Geared Up here in a little bit, and then I will do fish and veggies before bed. I take 2 desiccated liver tablets with each of those meals, and I do 8 ounces of protein. So 2 days I'm getting no carbs, no fats. The other days are 220 grams of carbs. And I feel great. Like, I don't feel the way that I did on that. The 70 grams of carbs was brutal. I was at the point where I would rather go 0 carb and maybe add a little bit of coconut oil or something, maybe some MCTs before training. But, I'm just doing what I'm told. I've been doing this since 2007, and I finally just said, you know what? You got as far as you're going to go on your knowledge, so just hand the reins over to somebody and let them tell you what to do. So that's what I've done, and I'm just trusting the process, trusting Matt. So here I sit. I'm doing 220 grams of carbs a day, and cardio is, I want to say 30 minutes. He has me doing 10 minutes of HIIT to start it off, and then 20 minutes of steady state. Steady state, when I say steady state, I'm not doing the Lee Priest walk on the treadmill at fucking 2.5 miles an hour. I'm sweating my dick off, and I'm going to town on the cardio. So it's not like I'm just, window shopping or whatever. What else? A lot of people, I posted a couple pictures. I finally got to the point to where I thought my conditioning was good enough to where I can post my progress. And I've gotten a huge response. And I just want to say thank you to everybody out there that has given me support after, posting the pictures. Because for me, for somebody that has a bodybuilding talk show, that critiques a lot of physiques, that judges a lot of things, that makes posts calling people out, it's important that I kind of back myself up and walk the walk, so to speak. So, I waited until I felt comfortable with where I was in my conditioning. And once I felt comfortable with the conditioning, I got an outpour. I don't know who else is. Maybe there's people out there shit talking about me. I don't know. I don't see it. I have those people blocked probably. I'm sure it's out there, and that's fine because I don't really care at the end of the day. I told Tom Lenahan made a comment on my picture that I posted today that everything's coming together, and I said, you know what, Tom, like, it doesn't matter where I place. I want to look back and have no regrets and know that I did everything that I could in my power to be at my best. I don't care if I take 5th or 1st. It doesn't matter. I'm pretty confident that with my shape and structure, the amount of muscle I have, and the condition that I'm going to be in, I'm pretty confident. It would have to be a pretty fucking strong class for me not to place in the top 5. So I'm pretty confident. I'm not really worried about placing. You can always be at your best and be one of the best physiques in the show, and then some guy shows up that never that just started training a year ago, or just has better muscle bellies or insertions or whatever, a smaller waist maybe, and there's nothing you can do about that. And that's just how bodybuilding is. So I'm not going to sit here. Of course, I'm training to win at this point, at least my class. But it's not. If I don't, it's not going to be the end of the world for me. I don't put my value, my personal value in my bodybuilding placings. Bodybuilding is much more, and I said this in the past, it's much more of a spiritual thing for me. It's much more about challenging myself and, proving to myself that I can do certain things, that I can put myself through certain tortures, that I can self-deprive and, make it through the other side and stuff. And I've talked about that in the past, and that's what bodybuilding is to me. So as long as I look back at my contest prep, and I don't have any regrets, that I'm perfectly okay with wherever the judges place me. That doesn't matter to me. One thing that a lot of people have asked me about is my arms. And they say, man, I don't know what you're doing. A lot of people have messaged me about my arms. And we do have 20,000 people that download my show. So when I say a lot of people have asked me, I do mean that a lot of people have asked me. It might be 20 or 30, but to me that's a lot of people. And I'd be lying if I said I didn't put any oil in them. But here's the thing. I'll put oil in them twice 1 week, and then I'll go a week without putting any. From what I understand, just because I feel like a pincushion right now. I'm taking injections every day, 100 mgs of Tren, 100 mgs of Masteron, 100 mgs of Prop, and just whatever, just everything that I'm doing. I'm taking injections every day at this point. And so to do that 3 times a week or 4 times a week or whatever you got to do to get actual results out of it, to me, is just it's overkill at this point. It's so much. So basically, you're supposed to inject this up before you go train. I don't even do that. I'll put it in the night before or something. And I've gone 3 weeks without taking it, and then I'll take it twice in a week. But the point is, I'd be lying if I said there was nothing and that I did nothing like that. But I just want to be truthful and honest with everybody. I've experimented. I've failed at those experiments as far as consistency is concerned. Has it helped? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe that's why my arms look better. I don't know. But I will say that training-wise, I cut my volume back significantly on arms. In fact, I cut my volume back significantly on everything, really, because I felt like I was burning out and I was overtraining. I have long arms, I have long legs. I'm built to play more like baseball or basketball, not bodybuilding. And so, for me, I used to always train in a Dorian Yates type fashion where you do 1 or 2 warm-up sets and then 1 all-out set to failure. And I kind of went back to that, but I'm training 5 days a week. I'm doing 2 leg days. So not just 4 days a week like, Dorian used to suggest or whatever. But as far as arms are concerned, I seriously have been doing biceps after chest, and I did 3 work sets this week for biceps. And then I've been doing triceps after shoulders, and I've been doing 3 work sets for triceps. So for instance, I'll get done with my chest training. I'll go into biceps. This is the other thing too. When was it? Last week, I believe? A week ago Friday, so 9 days ago, I went in and got cortisone injections in my wrist. I can't do anything where my palms are supinated up. So any kind of barbell curl or dumbbell curl with palms up or machine or anything like that, I can't do it. That's limited me to hammer, dumbbell curls, pinwheel curls, old DC exercise. It's just hammer curls in front of you, basically. Reverse barbell curls I can do. I can do rope cable curls. There is one hammer strength machine that's like a single arm preacher where your arm is up high. I can do that. But really that's really the only exercises I can do. I can do a single arm preacher dumbbell hammer curl, which I do every once in a while. But to be honest with you, as far as biceps is concerned, that limitation, what I think, and I think this is what is happening, I've tried to analyze it the best I can, is that I think that being forced to use a hammer grip on everything has made my brachialis grow, and so my brachialis has pushed my biceps out a lot more. Now all of a sudden I have a little bit of a peak, whereas before I had a much flatter bicep, and that's why I don't think it's the oil, because I put a lot more oil in my triceps than I did my biceps when I was doing it consistently back at like 3 months ago. And my triceps really didn't get much better, but my biceps did. And that's when my wrists started hurting, and I was forced into doing more hammer grip variations on my biceps. So I get done with my chest training. I go to the single arm preacher curl I was just talking about. I kind of pre-exhaust, like Dorian used to always say to do on your biceps. Then I'll do, what do I do there? I'll do one work set there. I'll do 8 to 10 reps, maybe 12 reps with a couple forced reps on there, and then I'll end up with a negative. Then I'll go over to hammer curls. By this point, I'm totally warmed up, so I do one warm-up set, that's it. And then I do a rest pause on hammer curls, dumbbell hammer curls, alternating or both at the same time. Sometimes I'll do seated incline hammer curls, just some sort of hammer curl variation with the dumbbells. I'll rest pause that, one rest pause set, that's it. And then after that, I will go to reverse easy bar curl, and I will do one set of 8 to 10 reps, and I'll have somebody spot me and give me a couple force reps on that, and that's it, man. That's all I'm doing for biceps over a 7 or 8 day period. So, it seems to be working. Before I was doing 2 arm days a week. I was doing 1 light pump day, and then I was doing 1 main workout day, and my arms got nowhere. And they look pretty good. Like, I'm pretty happy with the way they look on my side chest. They look improved on the front double bicep. Not that great still. That's definitely always going to be one of my weaker poses. But they look good from the back. There's some brachialis separation coming in on the back double bicep, which is good. And I think that is all because of my hammer grip. So all in all, carbohydrates are at 220 a day. I'm sure that's going to lower coming up. I'm sure my cardio is going to bump up because it's not that much right now. I think he was just trying to give me a break. I hope I answered your question on biceps training and how I've kind of brought my arms up a little bit. By the way, my tricep workout is pretty much similar. This week for triceps, I did 2 sets to positive failure of press downs. Then I did floor skull crushers, which I posted a video of on my YouTube page. You can scroll down and watch that. That was a rest pause, just 1 set there. And then I did, I think I did single arm overhead dumbbell extensions, 2 sets of maybe 10 to 12 reps each arm on that one. And I really accentuate the squeeze on that, or accentuate the stretch on that one, and really focus on getting the contraction at the top. And once I can't get that stretch and the contraction, I terminate the set at that point. I don't do partials or anything like that because there's no point in me going to failure. I already did heavy press. I already did one form of heavy pressing, usually in the Smith machine or with dumbbells for shoulders, and so that's just enough tricep work, and it seems to be working. My arms will come up a lot, and on a couple poses, they're a strength now. So I hope that helps you guys. Hope that helps you guys out. I'm babbling a lot. I'm jacked up on Clen right now. So that's about it. We got to record Geared Up in a little bit. Thanks for tuning into this week's video blog series, Little Engine That Could. And I got 7 weeks left as of yesterday. I'm gonna keep you guys posted. Maybe next time we'll go a little bit more into what my drugs look like and everything. But until next time, guys, Adam Mcvey, gearedup.com. Don't forget to check out my sponsors, projectad.me, discount code ADAM25 for 25% off, mountaindogdiet.com, the best food bar ever, John Meadows Mountain Dog app, ironrebel.com, discount code GearedUpIR for 10% off, pridenutrition.com, discount code GearedUp for 30% off. Who else I got? kingpeptides.com, show 40 for 40% off, and I know I'm forgetting somebody. Oh, and True Nutrition, duh. The only one that actually sponsors me as an athlete. TrueNutrition.com, the word geared spelled correctly, Geared, for 10% off your bulk orders. This is Adam Mcvey again from GearedUp.com. We'll see you next time.